Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Any old way you choose it. It's got a backbeat, you can't lose it. Any old time you use it. It's gotta be rock and roll music.
I wanted to talk a little bit about, or just throw out my thoughts there on somewhat of the state of motorcycling today, and kind of brought to the front of mind yesterday. I had the God-given opportunity to help a guy on a Harley. I ran out to the local convenience store about 15 miles away to get some USB cords for our phones to keep them charged up. We forgot the cords that we had. At home. So we went out and got those, and on my way in I saw a guy, well, barely saw a guy underneath of his Harley, wiggling stuff and running his finger around and generally looking fairly perplexed. So on my way in, I said, "Can I give you a hand?" And he said, hemmed and hawed a little bit, and he said, "Yeah, sure." I said, I got to go in and get these things, and I'll be back out in about 5-10 minutes. So came out, and he shaking his head, and I said, "What do you need?" And he said, "I need some Allen keys." I said, "Sure enough, I can be back here in about 20 minutes. I'm just up the road." And I said, "What's the deal?" And he said he was blowing oil out his air filter. And the problem's not the deal here, but that was the thing, and he had stopped there. And he let's see, which way do I want to go here? I think we'll have to edit this part out, but anyway, the guy had zero tools. And like I said, the problem is not the crux of this story or this talk, but anywho, the guy had zero tools. And not a whole lot of idea of what was going on with his motorcycle. And yet again, I meet another, and this is not just related to Harley kind of guys. There's some three-letter guys out there, the BMW fellas, that are like this. They buy a motorcycle and throw $5,000 in accessories on it and buy the factory maintenance package and warranty and all that stuff, which I'm all about extended warranties. I get that. No one wants to have a $1,500 bill for something that failed that should have been covered. But, you know, a lot of these guys you meet on the road know nothing about their bikes. Now, I'm no Mr. Duff actor or Yamajo. I can screw stuff up with the best of them. However, if I put it on, I know why I put it on and what it does and how it comes off. For the simple fact, if I'm away from home, I want to know how to get back home. Not that you can fix every problem in the field. But more and more I find guys that, I mean, it's like they don't even change their oil in their own bikes, which people think that's a rudimentary thing, but even at a minimum, if you don't have a mechanical mindset or aptitude, at least you're getting to know your bike. You're down changing the filter, pulling the oil out, but you're also seeing everything that's going on underneath the bike. The non-pretty stuff, the non-bling, the non-flashy. And I mean, it puts you more in tune with your bike. I don't know, what are you guys' thoughts out there? Most of the folks I'm subscribed to work on their bikes. Now, this is a little different than your average Harley rider. We're off-road orientated, and you're more of in the personal responsibility area, because there ain't no warranty service that's going to come get you in the wilds of Arizona, North Carolina, Minnesota, and render aid. You're going to have to get your own butt out of there. But I've had road bikes and I've ridden Harleys, and I haven't treated them any different than my off-road stuff. I needed to know. I'd be interested to see what everybody's thoughts are, and if anybody is that type of guy. I'm not disparaging it. I'm just saying it's different than what I grew up with. Decision Junction here. And at a minimum, even if you've got all these warranties and tow packages and maintenance packages, why in the world would you not bring at least the rudimentary tools? Every bike comes with a toolkit. This guy's case, he had a Curiakin fancy dancy air cleaner on it, and he needed an Allen key, which I drove 24 miles to get, but that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. But I mean, if you add stuff onto your bike, find out, I mean, you don't need to have 100 pounds of stuff in there. I mean, some guys do overdo it. They carry 50 pounds of garbage with them. But I mean, you throw something on there, like I said, you want to know how it comes off, how it goes back on. So throw the extra Allen key in there. Make sure you've got the right socket or box end wrench, combination wrench, something like that, so you can get it off and get it repaired, man. The other thing is, I don't know what modern Harleys are like. But he seemed to think because the oil was blowing out the air filter that it was overfilled. Now, even if you can well, like I said, I don't know what the modern Harleys are like, but as far as I know, there's still not a wet sump motor. They're a remote oil sump that pumps oil into the motor. So you could put a 50-gallon drum of oil on there and it's still not going to affect the level of oil in the motor, and it getting up into the air filter was a little suspect to me anyway. I offered to throw it because I came back with my pickup. I met him on my 250 and came back with my pickup. And I said, hey man, let's throw it on the back of the pickup. We'll take it up to Havasu, the next town. He had already made arrangements once he got there to have it looked at. But he was not in any mood to do that. And I don't think he completely understood what his problem was. I didn't really look at it too much. But he was definitely having some kind of issue that I would have taken a little bit more concern personally. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I got to be in tune with my bike. How about you?